Apex Legends Season 3 brings a whole new map, so says Tech Radar, according to an article I have open on my phone right now.
I thought if you were to say it, you would have said a whole new world. Right?
Yeah, I'm quite a theatrical fan.
You're not a closet Aladdin fan. You're a quite open Aladdin fan, aren't you? Like, you did enjoy it.
Yeah, I suppose I am. My name's Mike Williams. These guys are Jake Kulkowski and Liam McKelvey.
Hello.
One thing we all have in common, boys, we've all played a bit of Apex Legends this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have.
Liam, you've played it on the PC.
I did play it on PC.
And me and Jake have played it on PS4.
Yeah.
Jake, you played it a bit more than me, I think, haven't you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Boy,
have I.
Baby. 11 wins already, baby.
Okay, not that you're bragging. We've played it a fair bit. So Season 3 adds a new map. There's a new character. There's all sorts of new shit going on. It's a very, very big update. Jake's been very excited about it. As probably the biggest Apex Legends fan out of the three of us. Jake, why don't you tell us a little bit about what this is and why you're so excited about it?
Oh, sure thing, Mike. Well, the new map, first of all, is a completely new map. So Apex Legends has kind of been put into seasons. That's like kind of how the game progresses, with each season bringing in like a different hero, a big change to the game, balancing, but on top of balancing there's events. As previously it's been map changes, yeah? So map, like the vanilla map was one thing, then there was Season 1, there was a minor change. Season 2 there was a bit of a bigger change with the implementation of like some monsters, and like it was like 6 months later in the game's lore, so they kind of, the map was a little bit overgrown, and it was buildings taken away, buildings added. But this is just a completely different map. Like, it's just not the same map. It's just something else entirely. Which is interesting because, you know, Fortnite has been kind of building on that formula of taking away a certain tower, bringing something back, and da-da-da-da. And it's kind of unusual because, like, you get this, like, it'll never feel truly fresh. Because it's always just the same map with a different haircut kind of vibe. Yeah. Whereas this is a completely different map. Which means that they could have gone in and worked it from the ground up to kind of fit the meta that's existing now, and to, you know, implement changes that you couldn't do by just tweaking an existing map. Yeah. So, first of all, that's like a huge point of excitement, because fans of the game have, like, you know, kind of done the same map over and over again, and it's not that the content was getting stale, but like they don't update it half as much as Fortnite, which has like weekly changes. You know, the changes for, apart from like balance changes, the changes for Apex Legends have been there's still quite a lot for free, you know, but it's like they've added a couple of heroes, which is big, but then the map changes have been, I guess you'd say, small.
Because they've all been working on this fucking map, mate, innit? That's the.
I'd like to think so. Yeah, the map is pretty wild. Like,
it's out the new one.
The new map, yeah. So the existing, the old map, Kings Canyon, was just like.
It's got a name. What was it called?
Kings Canyon.
Right.
Yeah. So
all right.
Oh, yeah. Apex Legends expert. Yeah.
You've been reading up on the fucking wiki.
It's just ingrained into my brain. Like, so that's
them grimoires.
Yeah. Can we please put Apex Legends historian on my title card? Like, you know, the existing map had like just some buildings, and that's about it.
It's pretty nice. I quite liked it.
It was good, you know.
There's a swamp.
There was a swamp, yeah. But this new one has got like all this weird out there shit in it. Like there's a bit of lava, there's a bit of ice. Bit of a weird mishmash, really.
It's a bit more extreme in that you know, it takes, instead of being all a bit like, you know, a bit deserty, a bit tropical, a bit swampy, a bit muddy, which is all a bit vanilla. This is from very, you know, there's very, very frozen cold places. There's very, very hot lava spilling over places. Yeah. It's a bit apocalyptic, the whole setting, really.
The whole thing is just weird. On paper, it sounds quite shit.
It does, yeah. It sounds like a Far Cry map editor type, just mishmash of shit, but it just sort of works.
They've got 5 little teams working on little maps, and they've just chucked it all together in one. You know?
Exactly.
But they've added a lot to the map. Before we get into any more changes, I just want to talk about like 2, I guess, map changes, I guess. There's like a train in this one, like a full-on moving train that stops off at stations, and when it stops off at stations, the stations get like the little loot boxes. Not like what we imagine a loot box is.
These are in-game, like...
Yeah, exactly. It's a little... what do they call them?
I don't know.
Supply box. A supply box. It's a supply box. And then, you know, you can kind of gear up there, and then jump on the train and get to the next area. Of course, you might go outside the ring if you do that. And then they've also added, like, to replace, like, the pterodactyl things, like these weird, like, disco balls that float around.
Cargo bots.
The cargo bots, that's it, which change colour. So if you shoot it when it's yellow, you'll get yellow loot, and if you shoot it when it's purple,
which is a matter of timing. You got to wait for that precise moment, because obviously the rarer colours don't stay on for quite as long. And
so
it's a nice little distraction.
Yeah, they've added some interesting things, like some moving parts to the map.
Yeah.
So the train is quite cool, and there's been games that I've played where the train has like made or broken the game for me. Really, like there's times where you're because the train track is quite wide,
massive,
right? Yeah, and you're getting shot, and there's not much cover, and then the train comes past, you jump on, and you see it. Do you know what I mean?
Indiana Jones music starts playing.
Absolutely. And then on a complete flip side, like you can get Arthur Morgan to Red Dead Redemption 2 intros, where like people will do a heist on the train while you're moving, and they start getting you. What you're gonna do? Jump off. You're outside the circle. So there's like all sorts of crazy, cool new things that can happen with this just by adding this like train. Sounds really weird if you've not played it. So I don't know. I want to know what you guys think though, because you guys take a lot of time out of the game, like, and then come back in.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty much constantly on.
Well, Liam had some strong feelings when we spoke about it earlier. You've gone into the PC version, which is very different to the console version.
So I gave it a go on the PS4, and I don't know why, but I just really was not feeling it. It kept lagging out on me, and something with the controls just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I was like, this isn't right, because I used to love this game. What's happening here? And I just thought, what? I'll try the PC version, see what's that like. And I think I've rediscovered my love of the game through the PC version. To be fair, because like I don't
put it lightly. I've fallen in love.
Well, not quite to that extreme, but I don't know. Like, I'm just doing really well on the PC version, which is making me feel better about myself playing the game.
Okay.
I'm doing consistently getting higher ranks in matches, and getting more kills in matches. And yeah, it's just like, and even the map on like this new map especially looks really nice on PC.
Okay.
With all the settings like cranked up there.
Yeah.
And everything just feels a lot more responsive.
Yeah, I mean, it's a natural thing when you go from, especially with a first-person shooter, it's always going to be better on a PC.
Yep.
So I think that's very understandable. It's interesting to because you were you sort of been put off the PlayStation version a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I don't know why, but like I can see myself putting quite a few hours into the PC version now.
Yeah.
Because I like the changes that they've made. Like I've noticed there's quite a bit of a balance changes to the weapons. Like I'm a big fan of the Hemlock at the minute in the single fire mode. Demolishes. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's like a burst fire assault rifle type thing. I've noticed again that they've actually chucked in a few more of like these what are they called? Hop-ups or whatever they call them in the game. There's a couple more of them, I think, isn't there?
They've taken some out. So disruptor rounds don't exist anymore. The ones that burn
they
through
were
shields.
I thought.
They were used a lot in ranked. Nearly everybody had alternators.
Too strong. Yeah.
And another one that was really overused. And the meta, like, cause I got to like, what is it after gold? Is it platinum or diamond? I can't remember. I got to the one after gold anyway.
I think it's platinum.
Last season, and every single team had an alternator with disruptor rounds and a longbow with a skull piercer.
Yeah.
Well, they've taken out skull piercers.
I was using that a lot.
Well, that's not in there anymore. It's just so longbow's been given a buff for headshots. Disruptor rounds are taken out. So the hop-ups that they've added are for the flatline and the R301. You've got a hop-up that is it basically adds like loads of power to single shot mode, which is basically like the Hemlock on steroids. Like the flatline with this, it's a gold hop up, so it's super rare.
I've picked it up once already.
Oh, it's powerful, isn't it? Like, yeah. So they've added that, and did they add another? I can't remember. But like, there's a new gun entirely. Like, I don't know if you guys have used this new gun, the charge rifle.
Nope.
So it's a sniper rifle ultimately, and it's like in Destiny 2 that gun that shot like a laser beam out. It was a pre-order bonus gun, I think, and it was like really broken.
Had like for charge to it.
No, didn't that change? Everyone's calling it laser tag for a little bit.
The Cold Heart.
Yeah, that's
was that it. The Cold Heart.
Was it?
There was a gun called Cold Heart, but there was a,
and it fired like a constant beam.
But I think there was another one, or something happened. I can't even remember. But
there was a laser tag weekend where everyone had that one.
It was an update
because it was so broken. Right. Well, this gun is very much like that. So it shoots a solid beam, which after like a second and a half shoots a powerful blast. But just by holding that beam on them whilst it's charging up, you're damaging them. And then if that blast manages to hit them, it's serious damage.
Sounds quite.
It's like 2 or 3. It's like everybody's using it. And the one thing,
sounds like a sort of Halo weapon or something, where they have like these creative ways of
exactly. So basically, if you can keep your aim on them, like you've got them basically. And like what's interesting about this map, I think, which it is relevant to the guns, is that there's a lot more room for like mid to long range fights now.
Yeah.
Whereas like King's Canyon, there was loads of buildings and small claustrophobic areas. And you'd hide in there for cover, and
a couple of massive wide spaces.
Exactly, and normally though that was like the battles were won and lost on their height advantage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With King's Canyon, if you were on top of places, but with this, there's loads of interesting areas, a lot of open, a lot of long, and a lot of opportunity to flank if you know your teammates are in like a medium to long range gunfight, and especially if you're like a Pathfinder and you've got that mobility, or you're a Wraith and you can go invisible, there's loads of opportunity for flanking. It really seems balanced. Like the gunfights are heads and tails, like just completely different.
Yeah,
totally flipped.
So tell us about the new character then. You played as it's like the Watch Dogs 2 character or something. It
is the Watch Dogs 2 character, yeah.
Right.
So anyway, Crypto, he's like a recon character, so I guess the closest character to him is Bloodhound, who's the tracker character who can see footprints. Well, this guy's basically got a drone that works exactly like a Ubisoft game drone. You press L1 and you send this drone up. The drone's got like one hit point, okay? So like any shot with any gun will destroy the drone, and when the drone's gone, you can't use it again for like another 40 seconds. But if anybody's within like, I think it's like 30 meters of the drone, they're like X-ray vision. Like you can see them through walls, you can see them in real time.
So if you even suspect that there might be players in the just, which happens a lot, you know, I just seen a guy over there. So, you know, just sort of maybe 50, 100 meters away, you could send your drone over there, have a quick look.
Totally, and you can keep your drone out. So like you can press L1 again, go back to Crypto, and you can run around, and this drone will stay where it is. And if anyone then does run it, you know, you can use like a proximity detector, I guess. The drone can like, it emits a hum, and it's got a big light on it, so like people can easily see it, hear it, and shoot it. And if there is a drone that detects you, it says on your screen in massive writing, drone detected. But it is pretty cool. Like it does change some high level play towards the end.
Yeah.
Like it can do cool things. So it can't res your teammates, but when your teammates are completely dead, like let's say like your teammate ran away and got killed, you can send the drone in to collect his beacon from his death box. So then
that's good.
Yeah,
that's
and
useful.
The range on this drone is nuts. Like it can go well far. Like it's like a quarter of the map. It's massive how far it can go, and so that's pretty cool. And then the only other thing you can do with the drone is Crypto's ultimate, which is like, I think it's like every 2.5 minutes. It's an EMP blast, so it'll turn the drone into essentially like a big giant arc star grenade, and that will how Caustic's gas slows people down, or how Watson's fences slow people down. It does that. It's got a massive radius, and when you use it, it will take away 50% of all the enemy's shields, even if they've got like a purple or yellow shield, and then it slows them down. The downside to this is it can affect your teammates, so you've got to be careful when you use it.
Oh yeah.
But it's really cool, like if you, especially towards end game, like one of the last circles, and everyone knows where everyone is at that point of the game, right? Send your little drone in, charge up, poof, Kamehameha, and then you can just run in and mop up. Like it is pretty good. Oh, and his passive ability is literally the ability to see things through that drone, so it doesn't really fucking count. He's not really for me. I've been playing a lot by myself, and especially when I play ranked, everybody's running away. No one's got time to scout or recon. Like I like the idea of playing a recon character or Watson or Caustic, but when you're playing by yourself, the reality is you're always going to be paired up with somebody like a fucking Octane. Normally, always an Octane and a Wraith. And I always play Pathfinder for mobility, right? But I can see it working in high-level meta, I can see it working high-level ranked, or with people that communicate properly. If we were all communicating on headsets and stuff, Crypto might be viable. But I think as a solo player, like, there's no point using it. Basically, that's the rundown. I think he's interesting, but he's not a good, like, entry-level new edition hero. I think the most, out of Octane, Watson, and Crypto, Octane is definitely still the most used, like, new hero that they added, right?
I mean, they actually have added a lot of characters at this point, which is worth mentioning quickly, because almost all the characters you were reeling off there were ones that they've added afterwards. Apart from, you mentioned Wraith, which has been there from the beginning. Yeah, but they have added.
No, so they've added 3 characters, and 2 were like hidden behind a soft progression paywall. So Caustic, Mirage, you unlocked. And then you add Octane and Watson and then Crypto. And there'll be apparently a 4th added in just 2 weeks. So It is interesting. You can really see like how this Overwatch thing is happening. You know, where all of a sudden it is becoming like Overwatch in the sense that, you know, GameSpot are writing articles, meet Crypto, the new hero. And like that sort of thing where I hated Overwatch's hero stories when we were doing the daily news. You know, and now I'm part of the problem. So, you know, it's very interesting. I love how it integrates, you know, new metas into the game and new potential combinations and stuff like that. I think it's really, really clever. And I think this is definitely the best update that they've done. You know,
and there's more to come as well, as we mentioned a few times already. You know, sounding pretty promising. I'm the same as Liam really in that I've not had an amazing time on the PlayStation version, mainly because of like connectivity problems, and EA have actually said that they were having problems across their games, so it wasn't just Apex. There was a few games where people just couldn't connect and stuff, so I don't know, maybe something was going on, but I just felt like I was sort of rubber banding a lot or something, and, you know, not a problem that I've had a lot with it in the past, I've got to say. It's the part of the reason why I've liked this so much is that it's just a simple shooter that feels good to play and works really well. The experience I've had since this update really has been amazing in that department. So maybe I will try it on PC just to see what the difference is like or something. But having said that, you know, I basically only play it with you guys on the PlayStation. So it's I'm not quite as excited as you are about the update, but I am glad that they've changed the map. That is like you were saying earlier, it's a pretty big deal, I think. The fact that there's a different area feels very new, like there's just different types of buildings. It's not simply a matter of they've rearranged the buildings and changed the canyon layout and stuff like that. There's new stuff in there. There's stuff where you look at it for the first time, happened a couple of times to me already, where I've looked at something and gone, what is that? I've not seen that before. Is that a box that I can open, or what is it? You know, there's definitely new elements and stuff in there. The train is pretty cool, and the way that it, like you say, the way that it's just like this moving part that just like can completely fuck things up or make things better, or it's just like another element in the game that
it gets you saying stuff like, I had this one game once, right, where and it, you know, adding that into it makes it a bit more
like a wild card thing going on.
Exactly. So I like that. Do you know what, by the way, like I feel like you got to give credit where credit's due, and one of the coolest little changes I saw that no one's really speaking about is like, so we always talk about, and everyone talks about, like how ingenious that little pinging system is.
Yes, yeah.
They've added this really fucking cool thing, right, where like if you're having like a firefight with a team and then another team starts shooting at you, your character will say, there's another team, or like shit, there's well, they won't say shit, but it'll be like, there's another team joining the party or whatever. So it's like a really cool way of like, you know, sometimes when it gets a bit messy and you're like, have I shot that Gibraltar before? And you haven't shot that bloody Gibraltar.
What the fuck
before.
did you just call it?
And that was Jabroni. And there's another one, and sometimes it gets a bit confusing, you know, like when you're in the midst of a firefight. It's good to know that like there is a very cool system of the game. I don't know how it works. The game must detect all the teams and where they're all on the map or something, and then when there's a shot fired from a team. But yeah, so I find that's another really cool little touch, because normally that's something that you'd only know if you were communicating. Like, do you know what I mean? There's no way you... it's another team.
It's actually very, you know, it's almost like award-worthy level of audio design, because it's not just about being immersive or something. It's, like, very functional and really clever, and it's so clever you wouldn't even fucking notice it.
It's so clever that, like, the one thing that I take for granted entirely is that it's obviously... It affects localization and stuff like that as well. So if I'm playing with some French lads... they're hearing it in their language, which if anything brings people together more than if we were speaking, especially with a game with such a vast player base, and when you're sharing like servers of Europe with loads of different languages, it's cool to know that we're all hearing something in our own language.
It's good. Although they have added this quips thing, which means that every time you're at the start of every game, every single fucking person in the dropship or whatever is
be careful,
saying,
friend. I might kill you.
Yeah, nice. I approve, and all this, all this stuff. So
nice, you approve,
I mean, it's I want to play more of it, is my feeling at the moment, which is really good, because I sort of felt like I'd fallen down, but we have in different ways come back to it. Like you've come back to it as a passionate fan of it, and you're interested in seeing more. Liam's fucking like rediscovered it on another platform.
Born again.
So he's found a new love, and I'm more like, I want to keep playing it. It feels like there's a lot of new stuff in there, which is a good feeling. I don't just want to play it to have a quick spin with you guys. I want to find out what else is in the game and spend some more time with it. So that is Apex Legends Season 3. There's shitloads to talk about, and we've talked for far too long already. Let us know if you've been playing it. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you listen to the Special Moves podcast, podcast, why don't you send us an email about it to dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. Tell us what you think of the new Apex Legends season. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon, I suppose, innit?
Yep. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.